I live in a small town. Learning English is very important to me because I want to travel and meet people from all over the world. English is spoken in many countries, and it helps me to talk with people from different places. Every day, I try my best to practice English. It is not always easy, but it is fun, and I learn something new every day. Every morning, I wake up early. I start my day with a cup of tea. While I drink my tea, I open my notebook where I write new English words. I like to learn 5 new words every day. Today, I learned the words happy, sky, bright, strong, and kind. I write these words down and make sentences with them. For example, I write, I feel happy when the sky is bright. This helps me to remember the words better. After writing the new words, I watch a short English video. Sometimes it is a cartoon or a simple story. I watch it with English subtitles, so I can see how the words are written while I hear them. This is very helpful because I can listen to how the words are pronounced. When I do not understand something, I pause the video and write it down. Later, I look it up in the dictionary. After breakfast, I like to practice speaking English. I do not have many people to talk to in English, but I have found a good way to practice. I talk to myself in the mirror. It may sound strange, but it helps me a lot. I stand in front of the mirror and pretend that I am talking to someone. I ask myself questions like, "How are you today?" And then I answer, "I am fine, thank you." How are you? I also practice telling stories or talking about my day. This helps me become more confident in speaking English. Sometimes, I call my friend who also wants to learn English. We talk for 10 minutes every day. We talk about simple things like the weather, our favorite foods, or what we did during the day. Speaking English every day helps me to get better at using the words I learn. In the afternoon, I spend some time reading in English. I do not read big books yet because they are too difficult. Instead, I read short stories or children's books. They are written in simple English, and the sentences are not too long. One of my favorite books is about a little girl who finds a magic door in her garden. The story is easy to read, and the pictures help me to understand the story better. Sometimes, I read English newspapers or websites. I look for short news stories or interesting facts. It is a good way to learn new words and see how people use them in real life. When I find a word I do not know, I write it down in my notebook. Later, I check its meaning and try to use it in my own sentences. Writing in English is very important to me. Every evening, I sit at my desk and write a small diary in English. I write about my day, my feelings, and the things I learned. It does not have to be perfect, but it helps me to practice. For example, today I wrote, "Today was sunny, and I felt very happy." I learned 5 new words, and I watched a video about animals. Sometimes, I also write short stories. They are not long, and they are very simple. Last week, I wrote a story about a cat that wanted to fly. The cat tried many things, but in the end, it realized it was happy being a cat. Writing stories helps me to use the new words I learn and be creative in English. One of my favorite ways to practice English is by listening to music. I love listening to English songs, especially slow songs where I can hear the words clearly. I listen to the song first and try to understand the words. Then, I look up the lyrics online and read them while listening to the song again. This helps me improve my listening skills and learn new words. Sometimes, I sing along with the song. It is a fun way to practice pronunciation. Singing the words helps me remember them better, and I also enjoy the music. There are many good apps that help me practice English. One app one like is a game where I have to match English words with pictures. It is fun, and it helps me learn faster. Another app has small lessons where I can practice listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Every time I complete a lesson, I feel proud of myself because I can see my progress. The apps also help me practice my pronunciation. Some apps allow me to speak, and then they tell me if I said the word correctly. It is like having a teacher in my pocket. Since I do not have many English-speaking friends, I practice talking to people online. There are websites where I can chat with people who want to learn English, too. We talk about simple things like our hobbies, our countries, or what we did during the day. It is a great way to learn from each other and make new friends. I also join online English classes. The teacher is very kind and helps me with my mistakes. In the class, we talk about many different topics, and I get to listen to other students from different countries. It is exciting because I can hear different accents and learn how people from different places speak English. Grammar can be difficult, but it is very important. Every day, I spend some time learning grammar rules. I start with easy rules, like how to make a sentence or how to use is and are. I have a small grammar book that explains everything in simple English. After reading the rule, I try to make my own sentences. For example, I learned how to use the past tense. Now I can say, yesterday, I went to the park, or last week, I read a book. Practicing grammar every day helps me to understand English better and use it correctly. In the evening, after I finish my diary, I like to watch English TV shows. I choose shows that are made for children because they speak slowly and use easy words. One of my favorite shows is about a boy who goes on adventures with his dog. The show is funny, and I learn many new words while watching it. Sometimes, I watch the show with subtitles, and sometimes without. When I watch without subtitles, I try to understand as much as I can by listening. This is a good way to practice my listening skills. Learning English every day is not always easy. Sometimes I feel tired and I do not want to practice. Other times, I find it hard to remember all the new words. But I remind myself that it is okay to make mistakes. Every mistake is a chance to learn and get better. I also feel happy when I see how much I have improved. When I think about how little English I knew a few months ago, I feel proud of myself. Now, I can have small conversations in English, write stories, and understand simple books and songs. This makes me feel more confident, and I know that with time, I will get even better. Practicing English every day has become a part of my life. It is not just about learning a language, but also about exploring new things, meeting new people, and having fun. Whether it is writing in my diary, singing along to a song, or chatting with friends online, every activity helps me to become better at English. I know that learning a language takes time, but I am happy to take small steps every day. I look forward to the day when I can speak English fluently and travel the world, meeting new friends and sharing stories in English.